Um, yeah, I really did enjoy that piece of it. Just connecting with these guys on a personal level and just listening. All these guys want is to be heard and just to feel like they're a part of something, and the guys and the coaches and the organization itself actually cares. And I thought I did a good job at that, and because I'm a compassionate guy, I just I just enjoy that piece of it. So it was a natural fit for me.
Well, it seems like you're in a really good role right now doing that for everybody else also. Now, there was a very viral moment with the Flyers this past season with the Ivan Provorov issue. And as you said, behind the scenes, talking with the guys, you're getting all of these players that are being recruited for their talents. But there's that fine line of being socially involved with issues. How do you think, coming from that coach's aspect and that player's aspect, because you have been in both of those roles with the whole situation being handled? They tried to do it quietly. It got blown out of proportion with the media. Like that was a huge, huge thing. And now Provorov is moved on to someplace else.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure he got moved because of his stance on that specific situation. There was some other, internal things going on. I'm not sure he was overly happy the last couple of years with the organization and his situation. Maybe that was the straw that broke the camel's back, but I honestly don't believe that was really a factor at all. I think he actually had his, Tortorella's support in it and the organizations. Um, you know, to the situation itself. I mean, I don't believe the league should be forcing players or mandating players to do anything, especially when it's really involving taking I would say, a political position. I'm all about love. Trust me, I'm all about inclusion. I support it all. But once you start forcing people to take a stance on something, you put them in an uncomfortable position, and it's almost like as soon as you don't follow, you know, the the mandate, you're some sort of cancer. What I mean, it's like you don't love people and you don't care and you don't support. So I just think it's unfair to make guys do something, make guys wear a jersey. Um, I'm all about like they did before. It was just like, if you want to support it. Put some tape on your stick, go out there, support it. Everyone has the free will to support it however they want. But whether it's this issue or another, you pick a religion. If you told a guy to go, rock a so and so religious jersey, you're going to have people that are going to resist it. So anytime you squeeze people into a certain way of thinking and a certain and supporting something, or um, having to wear something in support, you can support something without wearing something, right? Um, you just put guys in a bad spot, and then all of a sudden they look like the bad guy. It generates a ton of media, people bashing on them, and I'm probably going to, hear a bunch of bullshit for, my position on this. But I know Provi, and all these guys are not saying they don't support it, or support inclusion, and don't love everybody. It's just like there's a line now when you force someone to do something that's not in their maybe spiritual or religious beliefs. Doesn't feel comfortable. It doesn't feel alignment. You shouldn't expect someone to do it. And I think the NHL did a good job. They've already retracted it for next year. We're just not mandating these things. We can't force guys to have a political position, because that's essentially what it is. And to me, it's like it's not the time and place to have these political debates. Hockey is for everybody. Sports is for everybody. We love everybody. It's all about inclusion. But I don't think we need to be, again, forcing guys to have a position that make you feel uncomfortable. But that being said, I don't think that any of that stuff was why he got moved. I think there was stuff way before that even happened. It was probably a year in the making, at least, if not two, that he probably should have been moved. So I think that was just another neat piece to the puzzle.
Well, just to clarify, they're still going to sell all the merchandise also. I mean, they're not going to stop selling the merchandise for the inclusion or anything. They're just going to stop requiring the players' commitment to doing all of that. That's,
Yeah, yeah, which is fair.
yeah.
I think. I mean, it's just you know, it doesn't matter what it is. Once you start mandating something, it gets a little hairy, you know, because it's not so cut and dry, and mandates can become scary, and we've seen this through COVID, and you know, it squeezes people because everyone has a slightly different belief system, and we have to respect that too, you know. And I think that's what, you know, the people on the one side would be like, well, you know, you don't, you know, right, because you have a position and you hold your line, that all of a sudden they immediately assume that you have no love, and you're, you know, you're some sort of, you know, narcissist or whatever they want to, term they want to throw in. They want to gaslight you. But you also got to respect people's positions too. You know, on the other side, it's like, okay, like, you know, it's just like let him be. Why we have to grill the guy, crucify the guy? And he wasn't the only one. You know, other guys around the league had done the same. And you know, I respect people for standing up for what they believe in. You know, and whether it's right or wrong. You know, if that's what feels in alignment to their spiritual belief, then I mean, to me, you have to let them go. And but once you start like harming people and there's violence and there's, you know, other things, well, then, you know, that's a different story. But I don't think just not rocking a jersey. I mean, the poor guy, it's like he can't even take warm-ups because you know, he didn't wear it, and all of a sudden it's, you know, like to what you're saying, it turned into this big thing it shouldn't have. But you know, it's, you know, I think everyone agrees in inclusion and love, and you know, it's like love is love is love. And but you know, once you start rocking certain flags and certain, you know, colors, and you're now taking some version of a, you know, whether it's a religious or political or, you know, spiritual stance, and some people just don't feel comfortable, and you just got to respect that. At least that's my opinion. Just respect people, as long as people aren't hurting people. Like let them be.